Boom, welcome back, brothers. Yes, that is correct. And for most of you watching, I know that title probably sounds absolutely insane. But what's more important than understanding that it happened is understanding why it happened. And that's what I want to share with you now briefly. The initial fire that I had, the initial pain that I had in my life to strive to build something to get to that 20K a month. Once I achieved that goal, that pain was no longer there. The suffering was no longer there. My main driving factor for wanting to escape the life I had in Australia, to go away and to build something of meaning to myself, suddenly didn't exist. There was no longer any pain to motivate me in my life. When you're getting into entrepreneurship, that first climb is always going to be the hardest part. I've heard everyone say going from 0 to 10K a month is so much harder than going from 10K to 100K a month. That first hill is where the real challenge lies. And I remember very clearly what it took to get there. I remember the long days, working 12 hours plus on my laptop, doing nothing apart from eating, sleeping, working out, and working on my business. That was my whole life. I didn't take weekends. There was no balance. It was just obsession and hunger, because I knew that this was the time I had to escape the life I've been living. I had to build something which I could actually be proud of and give myself some freedom in life. Be able to be here just chilling right now, making a YouTube video because I feel like it. That's all. And on my way up, when I was in that manic obsession saying, I need this, every dollar I earned felt like a trophy. Every step I took forward felt like a victory. And then I finally hit the 20K number. And the first thing I did was I breathed. I sat back in my chair and I said, we made it. Joe, you've been trying for this since you were 16. You've struggled, you've failed, you've picked yourself up, you've tried again, but we achieved it. We've done everything we need to do for our life. Now we can relax. And I took my foot off the gas. And if this was a Disney film, that's when the end credits would have started rolling. That's when the fireworks would have popped up. I would have started doing a little circle happy dance with the animals all singing and dancing and having good fun. But life is not a Disney film. And what happens when we allow ourselves to take our foot off the gas, when we allow ourselves to lose sight of why we did this in the first place, is things start to creep back in. Vices start to creep back in. The 6 months that I broke out and went from 0 to my first 20K months, I had absolutely no vices. I didn't doom scroll, ever. Didn't smoke, didn't drink. I cut everything out overnight. And I said, for this year, I'm not doing any of that stuff. This is gonna be my breakout year. And when I adopted that mindset, it happened so much quicker than I thought. It only took me 6 months. But then what happened is once I hit the 6 months and I got the 20K, the first night I had back in Thailand, I did all three of those things. I was scrolling, smoking, drinking, having a bit of a party, celebrating, and that's where the downfall started. And I lost my ruthlessness that took me where I was. I started justifying these things to myself, saying, one drink wouldn't hurt, one day off won't hurt. You know, I've earned this. I've done something that 90% of people will never do in their lifetime. And so, you know what? I think it's time to have some balance. It's time to relax a bit. And then, this is where it gets good. We had an issue with a payment processor. One affiliate company that we were working with got pulled. Our biggest earner got pulled. I stalled. I was taken by surprise. And because I didn't have that momentum, because I didn't have that killer mindset anymore, that just inbuilt ruthlessness to go out and destroy everything that got in my way, I didn't even think much of it. I just let it happen. And then our income dropped. 20K a month suddenly became 4K a month overnight. And the worst part about it is I didn't even really care. I just let this 4K a month trickle on month in, month out, because I was losing money at that point, but just slowly. I still had time to make it back when I was ready, but hey, I earned this. It's time to enjoy this cash I got in the bank. It's time to have some fun with my life. But then when I started to clock on to what was actually going on, and the resentment started to seep in because of the lifestyle I was living, I knew I had to make it back somehow. I had to lock back in again. I had to adopt that mindset which made me so successful in the first place. But I didn't allow myself to really lock in again for 6 months. I spent 6 months wallowing in just this nothingness, slowly losing money. Because the hardest thing for me was I did not want to acknowledge that I'd completely mismanaged what I was supposed to be doing. And I actually made a very big mistake. My pride was getting in the way of taking a step down and saying, actually, I need to go back just to working hard and to building something new up again. I didn't want to acknowledge that even though I'd achieved some things in the past, it wasn't over yet. It wasn't time to rest. It wasn't time to relax. It was time to build something. But when I started this grind the second time, it was actually harder than the first, because I knew what it felt like to be comfortable, and my mind had started to rewire itself to a position where it was just searching for comfort now. It wasn't searching for war. It wasn't optimizing for pain so I could actually achieve things as a man. And comfort makes you forget things. It makes you forget that everything in life is a war, especially when it comes to business. Because at the end of the day, if you're not actively growing, you're getting stagnant, you're shrinking. That goes for everything in life. It goes for business, it goes for your career, it goes for working out in the gym. If you're not training hard to actively gain muscle, you're going to be losing it, you're going to be withering away. And success, ultimately, is not about what you reach, it's about what you can sustain. So if you're a young man now who's setting out to go chase his first 10K, his first 20K month, it's important to go to war at the beginning of that and work hard, not have much balance, and really get fired up, get your rocket ship off the ground and break through the atmosphere. But once you achieve that success, do not do what I did and say, I've earned this, I'm going to relax. Change your lifestyle so that you can continually grow in a way which you can do day to day without burning out. Because now, on my comeback, now that I've worked my way back up to that income, now that I'm back set and I'm doing everything I feel like I should be doing, I've set up my life so that I am not chasing an end goal. I'm not chasing 20K a month so then I can relax and I can stop working. I'm doing the process I like every day because I enjoy it. I don't care if the 20K comes or not, because I know as long as I keep doing these steps every day, it will. And then when it comes, when 20K comes, when 50K comes, when 100K comes a month, I'm just going to keep living my lifestyle day by day because this is actually what I want to do. I'm no longer treating the grind as a means to an end. I'm treating my work as my passion, as my art, as something I want to show up for each day and get better at. And I just let go of the results. I no longer stress about what's happening because I know it's coming to me. I know I'm going to achieve everything I could ever want to achieve in this life, so long as I just do my steps every day. And so that's the way I look at it now. I just achieve what I need to do, day in, day out, and the rest will take care of itself. So my message to you boys is simple. Keep building, keep evolving, stay dangerous. Because the second you don't stay aware, the second you don't stay mindful, you're going to get soft and life will test you. And when life tests you, it's not going to be soft when it does. But we're capable. We understand what's going on. We understand it's going to happen and we're ready for it. We welcome the challenge. We run towards that challenge with open arms because we know we're going to defeat it and we're going to come out on the other side stronger with everything we want for our life. So I hope you enjoyed this video, boys. I hope you got some good value from this. Hope you don't make the same mistakes I did, but we see mistakes as what they are. It's just an opportunity to get better. And I know I'm not going to make the same mistake again. So hope you enjoyed, boys. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video around. Drop a comment. Let me know how you're going in your journey, what you're working on, what's going good, what's going bad, etc. So on and so forth. And as always, I'll see you in the next video, lads.